Hey everyone, this is Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology. Happy Saturday, everybody. Got a little bonus episode cooked up for you guys today. We're going to take a look at the deeper meaning of Mars in the sign of Leo. I think this is a good one to refresh on right now because Mars is in Leo retrograde and also about to oppose Pluto. So it can really help in a moment like this, with an aspect like this, to take a deeper look at one of the planets engaged. So Mars in Leo today, a little rewind episode. I'm also doing this because it is the final days of our Kickstarter campaign. We're trying to push our way across the finish line. We need a lot of support left. Our backer goal this year is 1,937 backers by January 1st. So that's New Year's Eve at midnight. Right now, as of the time I'm making this, we're pretty close to 1,100 backers, which means we still need 800 backers. We need 800 backers by New Year's Eve. So a long way to go. Thank you to everybody who has already donated. If you haven't yet, you can find the link to donate to the Kickstarter campaign in the comments section of this post, in the description of this video, or head over to nightlightastrology.com and click on the 2025 Kickstarter link. Once you go over to the Kickstarter campaign, you can choose a variety of rewards. I will tell you about those rewards at the end of today's video, including all of the best sales on our classes. We have 4 years with the program, plus yearly masterclass content. Tons of material for you to study and learn with us in our community. We invite you to check those deals out. The bundles, when you put class passes together, are up to 75% off. So if you come study at Nightlight, use this sale. It's the best sale that we run of the year, and gives you really profound discounts on all of our programs. Helps us keep this channel alive and all the free content that we make year round for everybody. You'll also find a variety of other gifts like the Astrology of 2025 talk that I do, my book being released chapter by chapter in audiobook and text form, year ahead horoscopes readings. If you want to get your year ahead horoscope for 2025, take a look at the whole year to come for your sun or rising sign. You pick up this exclusive reward through the Kickstarter. It's about 8 hours worth of content going through all the horoscopes for 2025. So some really good deals. You can check out all the other classes and class passes we offer there. I'll say this, we need a big final showing of support in these last days if we're going to make our goal and keep going and sustaining everything we do. A staff of 11 people, a full-time social media manager that helps me with everything I do to create content for all of you daily throughout the year. So if you believe in this work, if you like this channel, if it gives you something good, positive, of spiritual benefit, or if you learn new things about astrology, or you just include this in your day-to-day life, then consider giving $5, $10. It all really helps. Or pitch in for a reward of those listed. I'll tell you about those at the end of today's video. Let's see if we can cross the finish line strong. I'm going to be doing some live streams. So tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be doing a live stream. Monday and Tuesday morning, all at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern. I'll be going live and answering your questions and doing some birth chart readings, trying to pound the drum and see if we can't get across the finish line here. So again, a big thanks to everyone who's donated. Find the link to donate to the Kickstarter in the description of this video, the top of the comments section, or on the website, nightlightastrology.com. Remember to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We really appreciate your subscription, and you can find transcripts of any of our daily talks on the website, nightlightastrology.com. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. This is Elenbaas, and this is another episode of Planets in Profile. So I'm catching up right now after a summer away from doing this series, and Mars is currently in the sign of Virgo, but today we're actually going to go backward a little bit. We're going to look at Mars in the sign of Leo as we're going all the way around the wheel with both Mars and Venus in this series. So today we're going to give you a sense of how you can interpret Mars when it's in the sign of Leo and in your birth chart or somebody else's chart that you're looking at, or how to interpret Mars when it's transiting through Leo, which of course is going to happen somewhat regularly. We will, hopefully this talk will address both of those things at once. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share it on the screen, and let's make this let's make this full screen. All right, so we're looking at Mars in Leo. Now, one of the things that I feel is very important to start with in all of these series is a note on how ancient astrologers actually looked at planets when they were in signs. In modern astrology, we place a lot of emphasis on signs, right? We say, Leo means this, or Aquarius means that, or Virgo means this, or Pisces means that. And actually in ancient astrology, the signs were really the signs were portions of the zodiac that were designed to help us break up the seasonal developments of the sun, and also to describe the different homes of the planets and how the planets are changed and shifted depending on their environment. And so every planet, except for the sun and the moon, have two signs, a masculine and a feminine sign. And really what the zodiac is an expression of how the 7 traditional planets change their personalities depending on where they're at. And each planet has 2 signs where it's really at home. So what we're doing when we read something like Mars in Leo is really we're trying to figure out, how does Mars behave? What does Mars want? And how does it get what it wants, or how does it struggle potentially with the symbolism of the sun, which is the planetary host of Leo? So the way we say this would be to say that Leo is the hot, dry fire temple of the sun. That's really what the sign is it's talking about the environment or atmosphere in which a planet resides. And so what we want to ask the question of is, how does Mars behave again, and then how does Mars get along with the sun, or how might the sun qualify an interpretation of Mars? In order to do this, there's always one thing you need to do, which is to check the status of the sun in the chart. When you're reading Mars in Leo, you can't do it alone. You actually need to know more about the sun. Where the sun is, that's how Mars is going to go. So if Mars is in Leo, then, the sun is in Virgo. If the sun is in Taurus or something like that, this will change the meaning of the sun itself, or of Mars itself, because Mars is reliant upon the sun. So you always have to look at that. You want aspectual connection, a trine, a sextile being ideal between Mars and the sun. That way you have harmonious relationship with the host, which is very key. Okay, so what does Mars usually want? What does Mars do? Well, Mars is the god of war. Mars wants action, violence. Mars wants to cut. Mars wants to sever. And so as Mars is in the sign of any planet, it's going to still want to do those things. So it's just a question of, well, how does the sun act as a host for this house guest? How does the sun provide for Mars and his needs, wants, desires, etc.? His faults and flaws. How does the sun participate in those things? So Mars, obviously we said, wants to cut, conquer, wants to demonstrate courage, wants to fight or compete or exert, right? So how does it do so in the sign of the sun? Well, let's remember something about the seasonal qualities of Leo, right? We know a lot about the sun, like the sun might be represented to leaders or kings or fame or visibility or light, a lot of other things too. It was related to the mind, and the ancient astrologers also saw that it was related to our higher intelligence. So we know those things about the sun, but what can we say about the seasonal qualities of Leo in particular? Well, remember that Leo is the middle of summer, so it's happening on the yang half of the year, but the light is declining every day in the sign of Leo. And so as the light is declining every day in the sign of Leo, there is this duality of the source of light and life, the sun, but then there is this decline every single day. There's decline of life, decline of light, the eventual loss, the eventual death. That's there. That's actually built into Leo. The days are getting shorter every day of Leo, and yet it's arguably the brightest, warmest time of year. Well, actually, this is at the heart of what solar, like Leo symbolism is all about. Think about a king, for example, right? A king is a symbol around which a society is organized. And the king goes through a succession. So the king is actually a position that different people can hold. And so divine appointment, the succession of kings or queens, but the sense of trying to pass something on that will live on and that will have a kind of eternality, despite the fact that the different people will wear the crown, right? They'll pass it on. That's at the heart of what Leo season is all about. Leo season is, that's why we have the association during this time with Leo, with kings, rulers, fame, because anything that has the sense of needing to be celebrated as eternal, something around which, everything else can be organized, right? Like we can all look up at the stars, right? That's why, like our movie stars or our rock stars. These are people that we all collectively look up at, and they become an icon of something that organizes and shapes our vision and our focus. And so many of us end up, we're told anyone can be famous too. It could be you, So the Leo archetype has a lot to do with the mantle of power and position in the world as a symbol of something undying, right? So that part of Leo is a seasonal part of Leo that we need to understand in order to understand how Mars is going to behave when he's hanging out in that sign. So let's talk about some things that, well, first of all, because Mars likes to struggle, Mars in any sign can represent conflicts. Conflicts with what? Conflicts with solar things, or conflicts in relation to this seasonal solar archetype that we just talked about. The need to live on and endure despite the dying of the light. That's fame and icons and legacies and greatness and awards and medals. We memorialize things. That's the Leo, right? So that's always going to be a part of the qualification of Mars when it's in this sign. And Mars can struggle with those solar issues, or Mars can also find conflict with those issues or honor with those issues. Those are the typical things that Mars is going to bring in any sign, and then you just mix it with the planet, in this case, the sun again. So celebrities with Mars in Leo, Donald Trump, got it right on the ascendant, right? Think about it. He's like, the critics, those who don't like him, I'm not going to get political here, so I'm going to try to be objective. Those who do not like him, they say, he's a bully. He's a strong man, right? He's a braggart, right? Mars and Leo, right on the ascendant. Other people say, he's strong. I like that, right? But it's the Mars archetype, and it has to do with the mantle of power and authority. Mars and Leo, the executive, you're fired, right? He's the king. He's got the regal thing, but he's also got that kind of executive feature. That's Mars and Leo. How about Beyonce? You think about how Mars and Leo she is. She's strong and powerful. It's like a war queen kind of feeling with Beyonce. You get that. Hillary Clinton also has Venus in Leo. And, what do her critics say? She's a hawk. She pretends like she's, all about peaceful things, but she's more ambitious and wants to wield power more than she lets on. That's one of the great criticisms that you hear about her, even from liberals, right? So Venus in Mars in Leo. Now, how about James Dean, childhood, rebel, right? You have that symbol of that which is young and youthful and solar, right? Apollonian, and something classic and eternal about James Dean, the kind of eternal youth, but the troubled youth, right? Rebel without a cause. How about Michael Jordan, right? The king of basketball, right? He is the undisputed greatest of all time, and he has he has a relationship to fame, but he's incredibly competitive. Mars and Leo. So it's not like Venus in Leo, where it likes to bask in the light and the greatness. This is a warrior king kind of principle. Harrison Ford, right? He's think of Indiana Jones, Star Wars. He's the hero who's famous, a bit of a tyrant, a bit of a cocksure. He's like the guy who's like strong, dashing, famous, and he kind of knows it. It's kind of this cocky Mars and Leo vibe. Frank Sinatra, similar vibe, right? Famous, but kind of cocksure and stronger, right? It's not like, again, Venus and Leo, where you have more of the like Michael Jackson or Madonna. It's different. Cher, same thing, real strong. Quentin Tarantino, same thing. He's got the celebrity vibe with a dark, powerful kind of bad boy king kind of vibe, like almost like Elvis Presley as well. You could think about that. Elvis Presley with Jupiter in Scorpio, Mars's sign, so kind of similar. The king, emperor, sometimes the Dark Lord. Bruce Springsteen, right? Same thing. You've got the rocker, the Jersey boardwalk, knife fighting, gum chewing, muscle car driving, like pissed off, angsty teenager, right? Bruce Springsteen, Mars and Leo, same thing. Steven Tyler, same vibe. Aerosmith. John McCain, a war hero, a decorated war hero and politician, and ran for president and had the warrior king. Anne Frank, someone who persists and becomes famous through wartime. Again, and that kind of the courage that Anne Frank had. How about Thomas Jefferson, right? Very important for our country's liberation and freedom. He had conflicts with kings. Jon Stewart of The Daily Show, he is someone who is constantly challenging authority. So he also has this kind of, and he's always like, look, I'm famous, but I'm kind of like he kind of has that kind of angsty, angry, but kind of lovable personality, the warrior king. Now, same thing, Hulk Hogan, right? Think about that. Bad boy, big king, Maine, right? Hulk Hogan. Jim Jones, a cult leader, right? The Dark Mars, the Dark Lord again. Dennis Rodman, again, kind of the Dark Lord vibe. Bad boy, he was a piston and then he was a bull. Crazy hair, very kingly, very like super, and even queenly, right? He can go either way. Queen, substitute queen, dark queen, that would fit too. Dennis Rodman goes in there as well. So you get a feeling for it. That's Mars struggling with, benefiting from, maybe being honored by the combination with the sun, the solar issues. So again, that's what I've got for you. I hope that this was an interesting Planets and Profile episode. I will look forward. I'm catching up now, so I'm going to do Virgo next. Okay, take care. Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. I'm going to tell you about the different rewards that we offer when you donate and support our channel in the year ahead. So you'll find a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video, in the comments section of this video, as well as on our website, nightlightastrology.com. If you head over there, you'll see at the top of the page, there is a menu item that says Kickstarter 2025. You can click on that and be taken over to the Kickstarter campaign page. So once you're there, if you scroll down on the right-hand side, you're going to see different pledge levels and different gifts and sales that we run as a way of saying thank you for your support. So among those, our most popular offering by far are the major discounts that we offer on our training programs. So if you are interested in studying astrology at Nightlight in 2025, whether you're a brand new student or a currently enrolled student who's thinking of taking one of our year 2, 3 horary programs, you're going to find that these are the best rates that we run on the entire year. And we do this as a way of both saying thank you and also of helping us raise funds to support the channel, our staff, and everything we do. So you'll see attend one Nightlight course there. That's about 50% off the total cost of the program and about $500 off the early bird rate. And then you'll scroll down and you'll see that if you bundle 2 courses together, the savings go way up. Bundle 3, they go up even more. I mean, the difference between the 2 and 3 class package is $200. So $200 more, you get 3 of our year-long programs. And if you get all the way to the 4 class pass, then you have all 4 years of our program. You can take them at any pace you like, renew them whenever you like. There's no timeline on when you use these class passes. And you will have all 4 years of content at about 75% off each of the programs individually when you get that bundle. So those are our best savings for sure. Highly recommend those. If you have any questions about our courses or programs, email us info@nightlightastrology.com or look at the website under the courses page. You'll find information about each of the individual courses we offer. And then if you scroll up, you're going to find some of our other programs that are greatly discounted. Ashley's Herbal Foundations apprenticeship course, which many people are interested in who come through our Moon Circle that Ashley and I lead each month. You scroll up, you're going to find our masterclass series for 2025, greatly discounted, as well as our Roots and Spheres Moon Circle, greatly discounted. There's hundreds of dollars of savings in each of those. So we really try to make sure that the Kickstarter acts as a good flash sale for all of our programs. You'll then find some really nice prices on previous archive talks, like our 2024 archive masterclass bundle, which is about 30 hours worth of content on specialized topics in astrology. You can see the topics listed in each of the bundles as you scroll through. 2023's masterclass bundle, huge savings on those and a lot of really great content. You'll see a few reading options as you continue to go from the bottom to the top. You'll see the 2025 year ahead mini reading. There's only 30 of these. These are individualized birth chart readings that I do, looking at the most significant transit in your birth chart for 2025. I record those personally. You'll then see that there is an Ask 3 Horary Questions option where you can get 3 horary questions to redeem whenever you'd like within the year ahead. Those are kind of yes, no predictive questions. Will I get the job? Will we get together? Things like that. Then you'll see the Astrology for Complete Beginners course is also discounted through the Kickstarter. This is a great 10 hours worth of content for people who are brand new to astrology. So whether that's you or maybe a gift for somebody else. And then you're going to see some individual master classes that are greatly discounted from the past year. So all of 2024's masterclass series are the archives of which 8 to 10 hours each are on sale. And then scroll up a little bit more and you'll see one of our most popular offerings, which are the year ahead horoscope readings. These year ahead horoscope readings include 30 to 45 minutes of a breakdown of all the major transits of the year ahead for each sun and rising signs. You get all of them with this package, which is a great deal. It's like 10 hours worth of content, 8, 9, 10 hours, somewhere in there. I haven't finished recording all of them yet. So as of the time I'm recording this, I'm anticipating it'll land around 10 hours. But yeah, anyway, so you scroll up, you'll see those horoscope videos will all be delivered to you right around January 1st when the Kickstarter ends. Scroll up a little bit more, you'll find The Oracle Speaks, which is my book, and this is being released chapter by chapter. It is a book about the inner experience of learning to speak with oracles, and it is being released chapter by chapter in both text and audiobook form, so you can listen along to my new book. And that takes us up to the Astrology of 2025 video. This, for your donation at the $50 level, gives you an exclusive talk breaking down all of the major astrological transits of 2025. I look in depth at some of the biggest things happening in the year ahead and break them down in advance. And that's the only place I release that video or that take on the whole year ahead. Finally, at the very top, the most basic level of donation, you'll see the Astrology of 2025 calendar. This is a PDF calendar we design and make that allows you to track and move along with the astrology as the year unfolds. This is also great if you want to track what we're going to be talking about week by week on my channel. You'll get a glimpse at the biggest transits of each day and month and week. And that will give you some sense of where we're heading with our coverage of the astrology on the channel as the year unfolds. So again, any questions about any of the rewards that you see, email us info@nightlightastrology. Link is in the description, comments, or on the website, nightlightastrology.com. Help us get to 1,937 backers by January 1st. We deeply appreciate your contribution. We try to make sure we have some really special rewards to say thank you when you contribute. All right, take it easy. Bye.